안녕하세요. 다음 주부터 테슬라를 비롯해서 빅테크주들의 실적 발표가 이어지는데요. 우리 댄아이브스의 영상을 보도록 하겠습니다. 시작하겠습니다.
Let's talk a little bit more about the regulatory efforts in the Trump administration, maybe the impact it's going to have on some of these names. Let's kick it off with Tesla since we're getting those results on Wednesday there. They've been the outperformer, the Mag 7, since we got the election results here of Trump. Dan, I'm curious, why is it viewed as such a catalyst here for Tesla, given the fact that we are going to see a bit of a clawing back here of some of those Biden-era policies that were very pro-EV?
Yeah, look, I think when you look at the $7,500 credit, and that's more of maybe a negative for new entrants, Detroit Big Three and others. For Tesla, the game here, I think 90% of what's going to drive the stock, it's the autonomous and the AI future. Because that's the ultimate story here. Because when you think about it, I think the autonomous piece could be worth $1 trillion alone. The biggest issue has been regulatory. That now is going to drastically change on the Trump administration. Obviously, Musk playing, I think, a strong role in terms of where this is all going. And that's why I think the stock is actually underestimating what this is going to do to the story in terms of cyber cabs, autonomous, FSD, robotics. And that's why I think there's a $2 trillion market cap. Next week starts what I believe is going to be a massive year ahead.
A lot of that regulatory red tape, though, has been delegated to the states with regard to the full self-driving and implementation on the roads. So to what extent do you expect a federal force to come forward and rescind that from the states and then it add into Tesla's outlook?
I mean, you nailed it, Brad, because, I mean, to me, that's where it's all going. It's going to be taken to the federal perspective, federal roadmap. Ultimately, where autonomous is going to go, you're almost going to need like a federal license to operate it, even on a fleet perspective. The states will have a role, but it goes back to like you have to take it away from the kids at the little kids table at Thanksgiving. Federal needs to actually rule this, because that's why when you look where this has gone, it's gone nowhere. And it speaks to like Trump coming in, a lot of these AI initiatives. It started with Stargate. Autonomous is going to be the next piece, I think, in terms of a federal roadmap coming out. And that lays the groundwork for what's going to be a new age, when it comes to not just for Tesla, but I think when you think about Waymo and others and just overall autonomous.
All right, Dan, real quick, we only have about 20 seconds here, but also Tesla launching that new Model Y in North America and Europe. What do you think that pricing strategy is going to look like, just given the fact that we have seen consumers and many of these companies slashing prices in order to boost that volume?
It's a barbell. That's one, and I think they'll have the sub $35,000 vehicle they'll announce first half of this year. They're in a massive position of strength. But as we always say, haters will hate. But I think this is ultimately a stock that has a massive run this year. A lot of tailwinds, autonomous front and center.
Dan, thanks so much for taking the time. Look,
thank you.
I guess I'll have to take a ride in a cybercab one day once they're available.
By next year, you'll be in a cybercab. Late next year, you and Saz will be in a cybercab.
Sounds good. We'll put it to the test. Thanks so much, Dan. Appreciate it.